All right, I forgot that I hit the record button. So here we go. We are on lesson 17, CSS classes in code.org, and we are doing level 4. We're working with classes, so we have two sub-levels. Sub-level A, which is use class and write it in the HTML and create a rule set for it. And then there's also sub-level B, which is a debugging. So we have to find out what the mistake was in the code so that we can get the website to appear correctly. Okay, so let's start with sublevel A. Your favorite month. This page lists information on the different months of the year. Do this. Create a class for your favorite month so it looks different from the others. Use at least 3 properties in the CSS rule set. So I have to choose a month, create a class, and then create a rule set that has at least 3 different properties. Okay, simple enough. Let's get rid of that so we have more space. I really like April because that's my birth month. Okay, and it's, weather starts warming up, it's springtime, everything starts going in bloom, so I really like it. So what I'm going to do is I want this font and this heading and this paragraph to have a different color style than all of the other months because this is my favorite month. Okay, so what I need to do is go into my HTML and find April, and then right inside the H2 tag for April I'm going to put a class. And what's nice too is if you start typing class and this little thing pops up, it's kind of like a helper, and so if I click on it, it automatically puts the equals and the quotes, and then I can name it. I'm just going to name it April, lowercase. I don't want to deal with hitting a shift key to make it capital. And then now that I have this written, I can just copy it and paste it right in the same spot for my paragraph as well. Now if I check, I've created the class for April, but it hasn't affected any of my April text yet because I don't have the rule set up yet. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is go to my CSS, and actually I want to check something. I thought I saw April. Okay, yeah, we're good. And I'm just going to create a new rule set. Now I remember that this is something you don't want to forget when you're dealing with classes. The way they signify it's a class is use a dot, and then I'm going to use the curly braces. Oop, I forgot something. Strike that. Dot, and then I type in the name of my class that I'm making a rule set for. Then I do my curly braces and hit return. Okay, so dot April. So I want to see this change, so I'm going to keep this right up here. And I'm going to say, okay, I want the color of this font to be, pop down there. Let's go with, we'll go cadet blue. And then always remember to put your semicolon, also known as the terminator. Okay, so we have color. So now if I refresh and save, April should show up blue. There it is. Okay, good. Now I need 3 different things happening here. So let's go ahead and do color, and then maybe font family, and we'll do fantasy, and then let's put a border around it. So border, oh, I know what I did wrong. I forgot my terminator. Border, let's see, solid. Hang on a second, border style. Border style solid. Actually, let's do dashed. And then, so that's 3 things. So I've got April, cool, and then I'm gonna do, just to kind of make it a little different, let's do border color. And then we'll do like a yellow. Now we'll do orange. we'll do coral. There we go. Terminate. And now when I look at it, it should have a orange border and then the blue writing. And I'm going to actually just make it regular blue. Refresh and save. There we go. Okay, that's all I had to do. I basically am telling everyone, hey, April's my favorite month because I made it a different color, put a border around it, a dashed border, and so there you have it. Anything that has the .April in the HTML will get those rules applied to it. So if I took this class equals April and let's say I popped it in right here, just in this one January part. Now January gets the same effects put on it, just so you can see that. So once I have the rule set made, I can just put the class anywhere I want it, and those rules will automatically be applied. Otherwise, it'll just be the default black. Okay, so let's see. You can choose whatever month you want, and then just do this. If you're doing May, then you do class equals May, and then the style CSS over here, and then you would put in your at least 3. Okay, if you want to add an image, you can add an image. All right, and so that's what lesson 4 lesson 17 level 4 sublevel A is. So I'm going to go ahead and look at it one more time and then finish and go to the debugging sublevel B. So I'll debug classes. Get rid of this thing. All right, so this page has a separate class for each of the 4 seasons, but the autumn class isn't working. Do this. Find the bug in the autumn class and fix the code so that the class makes the text a dark red. So we want it to be dark red. Okay, and okay, there it goes finally. All right, so I need to find the bug so the on the website, the autumn section shows up dark red. Okay. So let's just scroll through and see. Winter is the light blue, cool picture. Spring's green, summer's like the orange, and then autumn should be a red, but I noticed that all of the font is black, and then the border around the picture is also black. So let's take a look. I'm going to go ahead and look at autumn. So we have class equals autumn. That everything looks good here. Image class autumn. Oh, I see that there's class autumn, class autumn. I don't think we need 2 of those, so let's try getting rid of that. I get rid of that. Okay, scroll down. Nope, autumn. I'll refresh and save. And autumn is still black. Okay, so I don't think the HTML is the problem. AUTUMN, that's spelled correctly. Okay, and that's good. All right, so let's go to style CSS. And I'm scrolling down. Maybe there's no style for autumn or class for autumn. All right, so I have .autumn, color, fire brick, border color, fire brick. Everything looks good. Oh, it's a very subtle mistake. I've seen it. Right here, it's misspelled. So all we need to do is change that, and then notice the changes have already occurred. So it was just a slight little tiny misspelling that caused our code not to work. Oftentimes that is the only problem. It was kind of a tougher one to see because it's just an M and an N. There's such similar things, and your brain is looking for this pattern. It sees it and doesn't really recognize it. So you just have to really look carefully. And sometimes you won't see it because you're the one that made the mistake, and you'll actually have to have someone else look at it and find they'll find the mistake easier than you usually. Okay, and so that's finished. Everything's good. All I had to do is change the M and the N. So I'll click finish here. And I'm finished with this level 4. So I'll click finish there. Level 5 is an assessment level. And so what you're going to do is follow these directions, choose one haiku and give it a special look by creating a class for its paragraph, and heading tags. Use at least 3 CSS properties. What does the BR tag do? You guys should know BR. I think, okay, so I'm gonna let you figure that out. Actually, it tells you. It's a little review here. If you click on the arrow, the BR tag is used to start the new line inside the same paragraph. So there you go. That's that. They're using the BR tag for the haikus. It's just a blank line. Not a blank line. It puts the next line of text down to the next line. Right? So if I'm looking at that, just so you can see what we're talking about. This is a haiku, BR. It serves as an example, BR. I hope it helps you. So that's how you get the haiku into 3 separate lines without having weird spacing and things between it. Okay, and so I need to choose one of these haikus, so either a graceful bird, which would be all of this, including the attribute, or I could do deserves better, I could do eat. Choose one of these. And then in the HTML, create your class, name it whatever you want to name it. You might probably just choose the title of the haiku. Once you've created the class, then go to the style CSS and create a rule set for that class. And then choose, create 3 rules that it's going to follow, 3 or more rules that it's going to follow. So maybe you want to put a border around the picture, maybe you want to center the text, maybe you want different text, different colors. That's all for you to choose. But this will be, I'll be grading this level, just level 5. So make sure that you get it done and you click submit when you're finished. And then level 6 is challenge levels. So individual IDs, free play. So free play is just like create whatever you want. Doc type, HTML. This is dealing with, that's part of the free play. So individual IDs. Individual ID is like a class, but now instead of a group of things, the individual ID is like a specific thing that you just want one little part of your text or your website, one little element to be affected by it. Okay, so this challenge individual IDs is what we'll be looking at next.